Hi everyone, welcome to Rennsport. We're having a look at the 1.8.5 beta update, which brings a new track, Fuji International Speedway, and a couple of new cars, the BMW M Hybrid V8 and the Porsche 963 LMDH to go along with the rest of the GT3 and TCR cars they've got there already. Haven't played this since I first got my access key a couple of months ago, and I wasn't very impressed at all with that initial drive. Lasted about 10 minutes before I gave up on it and went and played something else. So we'll jump on track. So we've, of course, as we just said, got the new track and a couple of new cars. They've made all the usual UI improvements and general tweaks and bug fixes and everything. They've also added apparently some pit stop mechanics. There's no visible pit crew yet, I don't believe. It's just able to change your tyres and fuel and all the rest of it. They've also added some multi-class racing mechanics and added a safety car to the rolling starts as well. What I have done is I've moved all the HUDs into the center of the screen, because normally they're on the extremities of my widescreen monitor, but just brought them into the middle there so you can actually see them. And they work perfectly fine. They're nice and clean, have all the information that you need. You don't need an overly complicated HUD. Just need to see everything at a quick glance. You've got your, obviously, your tyre widget there, fuel, the input widget, so you can see your force feedback and the other inputs. So I said very simple, which is all you need. And straight off the bat, it does look better than when I first played it a few months ago. It had very bad popping in of textures, especially way off into the distance, and trees and other objects popping into view. And that definitely seems markedly improved since last time. So trouble with that corner. Still a little bit of ghosting on items like the fence and that sort of thing, but overall, graphically looks good. Lots of details around the circuit, all the tyre marks, all the bits and pieces you expect from a living, breathing circuit that gets used quite a bit. And of course, apparently there was always rumours that under the hood they were using rFactor 2 technology, and if that was the case, it certainly wasn't very evident from my first drive, because it felt nothing like rFactor 2. Certainly one thing having access to someone's technology, is another thing to actually understand it and understand the physics behind it and how the tyres interact with the world. The force feedback feels really good. I'm running at 100%. On my little CSW 2.5, but one thing I will say is when you do run off track or hit a curb or whatever, it's very, very aggressive with its feedback. And I can actually foresee some of you guys on big direct drive wheels breaking a thumb here or there. It's so you'll certainly know when you go off track, that's for sure. Very easy to lock a brake, obviously, with these hypercars. The regenerative braking system they use can be very finicky with the brakes. Very different to your tin top cars or your other formula type cars. So running over those sausage curbs there, it's a big rattle through the steering wheel. But I mean, this is good fun. I certainly don't want to shut the game down like I did last time. As soon as I exited the pits on my first drive, I wanted to press Alt F4 and get out of it. But my biggest issue still, as it was back then, I don't know where this fits into the market. If you already spent your hard-earned money on iRacing or Race Room, rFactor 2, Automobilista, whatever you play, what's going to make you want to buy this and plough some more money? It'll be a few $100 by the time you buy all the content, I'm assuming. So, and it's got the same tracks that you drive in every other simulator, the same cars essentially that you're going to find in every simulator. I just don't understand where it fits in the market, and why would you put your money into this over whatever you're already playing. Nice to catch the slide there. It's very intuitive, so the tyres feel fantastic. Not going to say it's up there with sort of race room physics at the moment. They've got plenty of time obviously to sort that sort of stuff out, but feels really good. I'd certainly come back to it, that's for sure. I don't want to throw my steering wheel through the screen like I did the first time I played it. What I'll do in a minute, we'll jump out of here and we'll have a look at, I'm thinking one of its selling points will be mods and user content. There appears to be a little Singapore street circuit that someone's done, I believe, so we'll jump out of here when we finish the lap and we'll have a run in a different car, because this is feeling quite nice. Let's go and check out some of the other content. Alright, so we're going to check out now this Orchard Road street circuit. In Singapore, it says community content, so I'm assuming this is like your mods. This is created by Legion of Racers. We'll try this one with a car we've played again in a lot of simulators, a 992 GT3 Cup car by Porsche. Car with no traction control, just a little bit of ABS. Alright, so and we'll turn ABS down a little bit. No TC in this car, of course. There's the there's a very interesting looking pace car there. Alright, so we're on the streets of Singapore here, by the look of it. Definitely a little bit lighter on the force feedback in the Porsche. Of course, maybe a slightly smoother road texture. We've got a slightly later afternoon. That's another thing too, they have got a little bit of a day-night transition with a couple of the circuits, not on all of them. Just on Fuji and one other one, I believe. That's something that will be coming, so obviously expecting weather of some description. I'm assuming rain will come as well at some point. In a modern simulator, I can't imagine why you wouldn't have a full suite of weather. Shadows look quite nice here. It's actually, this is a very, very nice looking circuit where the light's coming through. There's a little bit of weird textures there with the lights and some of the transition parts on the buildings there. A little bit of weirdness going on, but overall the general idea, you can see what they're trying to do, and you know, with a little bit more development time, how it will possibly look. Again, big slide there at the back on the power. I was able to catch it, so that's always a good thing, to be able to intuitively catch a slide. I'll give the brakes a good stomp down here. That's for nice and light at the front, like a Porsche will, with the engine band at the back. A little bit of oversteer and exit. Again, if this is just a user created track, it's very good. Almost turn left there instead of right. Would have been a huge boo-boo. We're also running with DLSS on. Need about 80 frames a second in the quality mode. A very similar sort of ACC when I'm running the DLSS. I do love the transition from the shadows to the light. I can imagine this track being really good for this sort of racing. The little TCR cars probably be fantastic around here. Yep, yeah, really impressed. So we're going to check out one more little surprise track that I saw on the menu there before. One of my favourite places to go to. See you there soon. Alright, now we're going to test ourselves at the world famous Goodwood Hill climb. Of course, that's in the original Assetto Corsa as a mod. I'm going to jump in the Mercedes AMG GT3 and test yourself against the world's best times there as well, which is fantastic. At a very, very famous piece of road. The loading times are really good too. Everything loads in really quick. Go to track, we've got the hay bales there. Tree line course, of course. Of course. The countdown and let's go. The big AMG winds up. Looks very industrial. You can see the transition there from the pavement to the grass. Big Merc sounds good. Such a fun little place to test the car out. Keep it off the old walls there. Of course, the little McMurtry car, the little Batmobile, has got the record here. I think something ridiculous, like 37 seconds or something, 38 seconds. Some stupid time that it does. And does this car stop at the end? Just. Alrighty, so yeah, there you go guys, there's a Rennsport, definitely worth a check out, a lot better than it was previously. So if you do have a key there, I used to say chuck it out, give the key to somebody else, but absolutely worth a look these days, so check it out. Thanks for watching as always, take care.